Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our video preschool. I hope you all had a really good time doing some of those polar bear or Arctic or penguin activities we talked about the other day. Maybe you waddled like a penguin. Maybe you did the blubber experiment. I hope you worked and did some counting and some phonics and other fun things to just keep on learning. We are going to do something new today, a new part of our creation study. But first, let me give you a couple ideas of different things you could do for math. Sorting. We've done that a lot. We've done it by color, by size, by shape. So if you could find some things around your house, whether they're toys or Legos, and sort them into different piles, you can decide how you sort them first. Maybe you'll choose color, and then I want you to try to sort them in a different way, by size, by shape. Just put them in different groups that are alike. So if you have a bunch of red toys, put them all in one pile. A bunch of yellow toys, put them in a pile. And then maybe you want to find things that are the same shape and you can sort them in piles. So work on that this week. Also, keep working on patterns. That's something else we've done a lot of work on. I know you do it in your calendar, but you could also use some toys, maybe like Legos again, or you could just color. Get out some crayons, some colored pencils or markers, and create your own patterns. First, you can do A, B, A, B. So if I was using red and blue, I would color red, blue, red, blue, and so on. And then switch up your pattern. Do an A, B pattern. So then it would turn into red, red, blue, red, red, blue. And then try a different pattern. Bring in a different color and do an A, B, C pattern. Have mom or dad give you different kinds of patterns. A, B, A, B. A, B, ABC, or any combination of those things, just to keep your brains engaged with things you've learned and just have a different activity to do. So you can do that this week. Another thing, keep counting with money. I'll attach a dime worksheet. Don't forget, dimes are small and silver and they're worth 10 cents. So we're counting by tens when we count with dimes. Don't forget to do your morning exercises like we did every day. Count by fives while you do jumping jacks. Count by tens while you do push-ups. Keep your bodies moving and keep counting. Okay, you know all the review you can be doing every day, every week, whenever you have time, but make sure you play a lot. So we're gonna move on to science. And I told you that's exciting because on day 6, God created animals and man. That means you and me. Man, our human bodies, which are amazing. There's so much we could learn about them. It will be a little trickier because we're far apart, but I'll do my best to give you some activities to do to learn more about our amazing bodies. So, the first thing we're going to talk about are our 5 senses. Senses mean seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, and touching. Those are our 5 senses we have. That helps us explore the world around us. We use all of those things to learn more about the things in our environment. There's a little song I'll try to sing to help you remember it. 5 senses, 5 senses, we have 5, we have 5. Seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling. So this is actually a fun activity if you're able to do it. I'll attach something using popcorn. If you have popcorn, if you don't, that's okay. You can use something else. But if we took popcorn, that's what we would do in class. We would write down or draw a picture, whatever works for you best, about the popcorn. When we make popcorn, what do we hear? We hear it pop. When we get the popcorn out, what do we smell? We smell it. What does it feel like when you touch it? What does it taste like? So you can use your senses to write about the popcorn. If you don't have popcorn, use an apple. What does it smell like? What do you see when you look at it? What do you hear? And so you can do that little activity with food, and then also take a walk around inside, outside, pick something up. Tell mom or dad or brother, sister, what do you see when you're holding this? What does it feel like when you're using your sense of touch? Smell it. What does it smell like? Taste it if it's something you can taste. What does it taste like? What do you hear? So you're using your senses all the time. Take a walk outside. You'll hear so many things. You might smell grass. You might smell flowers. You use all of your senses to find out things about the world. And that's how God has created our bodies uniquely the way we are, so that we can just explore the world around us. And that's really neat. To end with, I'm going to read one of our favorite books because it talks about one of our sense of smell, smelly socks. If you remember, they're very stinky. Hopefully you've changed your socks and yours aren't stinky. All right. When Tina wanted new socks, her mom took her to the only store in town. "This store has only black socks," said Tina. "Can we please go across the river and get some really good socks?" "We can't drive right across the river because there's no bridge here," said Tina's mom. "You know, it is a long, long, long way to the only bridge, and besides, we don't even have a car." So Tina went to her grandfather and said, "Can you please take me across the river in your boat? I want to buy some really good socks." "The motor is not working on the boat," said her grandfather. "Row," said Tina. "We can row." "I will row, and you can sit in the back of the boat." "You will row," said her grandfather. "Yes," said Tina. "Rowing is easy." So Tina got in the boat and rowed slowly. Splash, splash, splash. And the boat went in slow circles. Swish, swish, swish. Tina rowed fast. Splash, 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 splash. And the boat went in fast circles. Swish, 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 swish. "This boat has forgotten how to row," said Tina. "You sit in the back and tell me what to do," said her grandfather. So Tina sat in the back and told her grandfather how to row, and her grandfather rowed all the way across the river. Then they walked all the way through the town to the big sock store. At the store, Tina tried on socks that were too big, socks that were too little, socks that were too blue, and socks that were too pink. Tina tried on millions and millions of socks. Finally, she found a perfect pair of red, yellow, and green socks. Then, since it was almost time for dinner, Tina and her grandfather ran back to the boat. And this time, the boat sort of remembered how to row. Tina rowed round and round and round and still got to the other side. When they got back, Tina ran home and yelled, "Socks! Socks! Wonderful socks! These are the best socks I have ever seen in my life. Grandpa rowed me all the way across the river to get these socks, and I am never going to take them off." "Never?" asked Tina's mother. "Never," said Tina. "Uh-oh," said Tina's mother. So Tina wore her socks for a long time. She wore them for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 whole days. Her mother said, "Tina, I know you love these socks. Just let me wash them really quick. They will start to smell if they don't get washed." "Socks, socks, wonderful socks," said Tina. "I am never going to take them off." After Tina wore her socks for 10 more days, the kids at school said, "Tina, what a smell! Change your socks." "Socks, wonderful socks," said Tina. "I am never going to take them off." After Tina wore her socks for 10 more days, a whole flock of Canada geese flew over her house and dropped right out of the sky from the smell. 2 moose walked through her yard and they fell over from the smell. Ducks, raccoons, and squirrels fell over when she walked to school. Finally, even a skunk fell over from the smell. Tina's friends decided to do something. They all came to her house and knocked on the door. Bam, 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 bam! When Tina opened the door, they grabbed her and carried her to the river. Then they held their noses and took off her socks. Some of the kids held Tina and some of the kids washed the socks. Scrub, 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 scrub. All the fish floated up to the top of the river and acted like they were dead from the smell. The kids washed some more. Scrub, 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 scrub. All the beavers ran out of the river and they went to live with Tina's grandfather. They washed some more. Scrub, 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 scrub. Far down the river, people said, "How come the river smells like dirty socks?" Finally, the socks were clean. "Wow," said Tina, "they look nicer when they are clean." "Wow," said Tina, "they smell nicer when they are clean." "Wow," said Tina, "they feel nicer when they are clean." Tina put on the socks and said, "I am going to wear clean socks from now on." The beavers left her grandfather's house and went back into the river. The Canada geese got up off the ground and flew away. The fish decided they weren't dead after all, and they jumped and splashed in the river. Tina went to her mom and said, "My socks are nice and clean, and I think it would be very nice if you took me to town to get me a nice, new red, yellow, and green shirt." "Do you promise to wash it?" asked her mom. "No," said Tina. "If I wait long enough, the kids at school will do it for me." Pew. All right, guys. Have fun exploring with your 5 senses. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. There's lots to explore in your environment and the world around you. See you guys next time.